No, the answer is no. But should Supercell be worried? Yes, I think they should be. Should you as a player be worried? No? Kinda? Maybe? Honestly, it's more complicated than just looking at the Google Trend graph. Just by zooming in on the data here, you will see that ever since the level 16 update, things have been dropping quickly and they haven't been getting worse and worse. Of course, this led to a bunch of videos like this. Game is dying at an alarming rate, Clash Royale is dying and it's worse than you think, hero cards are destroying Clash Royale, a Jinxie reaction, Clash updates are getting worse, Clash Royale is not dying? Well, that's new. Downfall of Clash, Supercell games dying, disgusting monetization, Clash dying again, real truth about... Okay, that's enough videos. What the f... Now, an argument about hypocrisy can be thrown here because this video I made might have helped start this fire. So I would like to dedicate this video to analyzing this whole situation as objectively as I can get with the least amount of bias possible. First off, the Google Trends trap. With all due respect, this website is one of the least reliable ways to measure how dead something is. Here, let me prove it to you. Silksong, Sonic the Hedgehog, Clash Royale. It's easy to guess which one is more popular, right? Oh, look at that, Clash Royale is in the lead while at a decline. Like, no, I don't think Sonic franchise is more dead than Clash Royale. The website is just unreliable. Majority of Clash Royale players do not go anywhere near social media platforms. In fact, some of them only play on this epic gaming chair on their job or school breaks. The Google Trend chart only reflects the interest of people on social media, which is likely about maybe 5% at most. To put things in perspective, Ultimate Champion has less than 1% of the active players, yet people think anyone that can't reach there is a bot. That's because those people on the leaderboard are mostly the one dedicated enough to spend time on Twitter and Discord communities. So when you see a graph like this, don't think the game is dead. Instead, you should say the core community is losing interest. But what does that mean? You might have seen some tweets regarding how much the games make per month and stuff like that. But the true data doesn't exist on the internet, and that's because Supercell is not public about the player counts or their earnings. Now, as a YouTuber, I myself have a bit more data than the average person because I can use my own channel. It's not the most accurate way to measure, but as you can see here, the watch time dropped significantly on December and it's doing way worse so far in January. And it's not about the number of uploads because this number down here is the number of uploads, and there are some months with 3 videos that outperformed December despite it having 6. The reason I didn't show views is because shorts can inflate that, whereas watch time is mostly longer videos and correlates with how much time people spend on Clash videos and how much money I'm making. Speaking of money, the core audience affects creator code usage significantly too. I hope showing this is fine, but yeah, there is a sharp decline. To put it simply, low Google Trend graph means less views for me, less money for me, and slightly less money for Supercell. But the game will be fine. Casual mid-ladder players are all unaware and spamming their level 16 boss bandit and hero abilities mindlessly. And if you are enjoying the game, then be like me because my motto is that I don't let anyone tell me what to do. Really? Although enjoying the current meta feels like this, if it's your cup of tea, who am I to judge? Now, I want to talk about Jinxie. He basically quit the game and here's his reasoning.
The more you money grab, the less money you make. I was strongly against heroes. I was strongly against level 16. I like Evos. I like global tournaments. All the things I like, I'm not seeing. All the things the community likes, I'm not seeing. So I'm probably not going to be on Clash until they fix the game, bro. Now, if they never fix the game, then I might never stream that game again.
And from what I have seen, he switched to Rocket League, which I don't blame him. The game is fun. I'm pretty trash at it, but hey, I have a Sonic car and that's all that matters. Anyway, people think Jinxie is the reason the game was revived and that him quitting will kill the game. Now, I don't want to discredit him because all these views and insane numbers I got on my videos are thanks to him bringing more interest in social media. However, I don't believe that he is the only reason behind this huge spike, and I can prove it. Jinxie started covering the game with this video on May 27th, 2025. And he's a huge streamer in the United States, so I can see why people think that spike that came shortly after May 27th is caused by him. Canada is another English-speaking country that seems to see the same trend. But here's where things get interesting. If I change to Russia, there is the same kind of increase. Same goes for South Korea, despite them being non-English speaking countries. And really, to make my point as strong as possible, I googled the least English speaking countries and Azerbaijan was down there, yet had the same spike around the same time. Now, I'm not saying this to say, oh, let him quit, who cares, the game got popular without him, because having him do events like this is honestly one of the coolest things that I've seen in the game in a hot minute. Like, for God's sake, he gave us Mr. Beast playing P.E.K.K.A. Goblin Giant. What more could we ask from him? But my point is, as a regular player, don't treat him quitting like it's the end of the world. Creators panicking a bit is kind of understandable, but Supercell should be worried because word of mouth. I believe these weird ads they make aren't the most effective way of getting new players. Like, what the fuck is this? And even the old ones aren't effective anymore, although they do make for a cool animation, so keep making them. I could be wrong, but word of mouth to me feels like the most effective form of advertising of all time. I played Hollow Knight recently, and it led to me buying Silksong, getting like 6 of my family members to try both games, and even on Twitter and other places I find myself recommending these games because they are genuinely so good. I don't think I have recommended Clash Royale a single time since Evolution's released. I could be a bit wrong, but I don't remember that. What I know for sure that it isn't going in a direction that would make me more likely to recommend it to other people. And when you have a streamer like Jinxie that actually loves the competitive side of the game say this, you know it's bad.
Hero is just taking known and beloved cards and then making them more broken if you spend money. It is a horrible idea. It is a terrible idea. Also, where are the Evos? Hello? Where are the global tournaments? I mean, oh my god!
I feel like the problem here is that they are mostly prioritizing the casual players a bit too much. Like, I understand caring a lot about them because they make up the vast majority of the player base, but it feels like they don't mind sacrificing the core community entirely just to keep the game less stale for casual players. And that leaves everyone on social media with bad taste, makes the community feel like a toxic cesspool, and discourages new players from joining and caring about the game. Global tournaments were removed due to a bug with Merge Tactics release, I think, and that was how long ago? I honestly don't even remember. Hero slots. Why do we have 2 of them? Like, we as creators barely agree on stuff, but with this update almost everyone agreed 2 slots is a lot, yet nothing was done. Like, look at this empty deck. It has 4 gimmicky slots. That's half your cards. I don't think that's healthy for a strategic game. Casuals probably find it fun, but they also find 7x Elixir fun. Doesn't mean that we should add that to ladder too. The problem with heroes and evolutions overall is that if the opponent has a very strong evo like Witch and you don't have a direct counter, it will make a bad matchup even more impossible. Same goes for heroes, as the hero wizard is mostly useless, but against the right stuff it basically makes the impossible matchup even more impossible. Now when you add 2 slots on each, the chance of the opponent or you having an evo or a hero that fully wins you the game quadruples compared to when we had 1 evo slot. And what's worse is that heroes are every cycle, so you can't really play around them like evos. For example, if the opponent goes P.E.K.K.A. in the back and I go Hero Giant, there is no way for him to know that I had Hero Giant because it doesn't have cycles to buffer its ability. Like with evos, an Evo Mega Knight is impossible to push through, but at least the next time it won't really be evolved, so you can play around it. Hero Musketeer is every cycle, so if you don't have a proper counter for the turret, it will just get infinite value every single time. But they still went ahead and gave us 4 slots, which upset everyone and likely led to them losing the trust of their creators. I don't consider this game strategy anymore. This game is genuinely a lost cause with all those slots and gimmicks. We have both ranked and trophy road, right? Why do we have the same rules on both of them? I think I speak for everyone when I say ranked should have only one slot each to preserve some skill expression instead of having the game turn into who can spam more heroes and evos. In Brawl Stars, ranked has its own rules compared to the regular game, and I don't see a problem with Clash doing the same. I don't see why Clash Royale can't have stuff like card bans or less evo slots or less hero slots for ranked rules. Hell, I wouldn't necessarily mind it if they make ranked a dual format. Like, I am okay with having to unlock 4 heroes and 4 evos to compete if I could use only one of each in every deck. There's also level 16, but I have already talked about this here. Point is, the game is not dying, but I really wish they cared a bit more about their core players. Because even though the game can survive without all of us just on the random mid-ladder players, I believe passionate communities makes games more special. For those that aren't smart enough to understand from the video, me saying the game isn't dying isn't justification for them to ignore the core community, it's just me stating facts, my dudes.